Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the farm. My name is Patrick. It is November 2nd, 2017. And today on the farm, I'm going to manually make my 100-foot beds. So then we'll know how many beds we have. We'll see what our walkway sizes are. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me so you can see how I make them. All right, here we go. And all right, and first things first, I've gone ahead and I've got everything ready that I'm going to need. I'm going to use these and cut them with my saw. I'll be using these 1x pieces of pressure treated trim to make steaks. It's great to make steaks, and you just make a little slant and it'll pack in the ground pretty easily. I got my drill, of course. I don't know, tape measures in there somewhere. I've got all the tools I need laid out. I've got some string. I'm not going to run a string on each stake, but what I'm going to do is what I've decided on is 30-inch beds and 10-inch walkways. So what I'm going to do is go from this edge and have a 30-inch bed, then a 10-inch walkway, 30-inch bed, 10-inch walkway, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first measure in 40 inches from the side and put a stake, and do the same thing at the other end, and then I'm going to measure back 10 inches and then just eyeball it all the way down, and then I'll use my rake to make my bed all the way down. I'll have my walkways that I'll be walking in, and so on and so forth all the way down, and move the string each time. I'm not going to leave the string between all those stakes. I'll probably leave the stakes for a while just to make sure over winter when it comes to next season, when I go ahead and start to till. Sorry, you might have been right in the sun. When I go to till, I might be able to run a string again and keep straight lines. I've seen on YouTube people say, oh, here's how you do it without it. Well, I've got 100-foot beds, and I want to make sure they're nice and straight, even straight to the eye. I don't just want them straight for video. I want them straight. So let's get into this. All right, so what I've done now is I've just went ahead and cut myself a bunch of stakes out of it with the handsaw. Now I go ahead and I've already done a couple here. I just want them to be, pretty close to exact apart. Not really concerned as much with the stick placement. It just needs to be at 40 inches. Make sure you get it deep enough that it's not going to move too much with the pressure of the string. And go ahead and do one more real quick here. Just scoop down, tape measure 40 inches, just keeping each stake on the edge. The line I'm using along the grass here is a fairly straight line, so now, the thing to remember is that since I've pulled from this end, as I've measured from this end in, when I get down there, I need to measure from that end in this way. So it's the same side, so my measurements will keep the same. If I was to start from that end and get confused and pull from that end and pull this way, well, you would see definitely right away, probably you would see your lines were off, because I'm sure I'm not going to be exact. Whatever we end with here will probably just be a little bit of a wider walkway, but you can see what I'm going with here to run the string. So let me get this finished, and then I'll show you all when we run the string and do the first couple of beds, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, stay tuned. Okay, now what I've done is I've gotten all my stakes in all along here. I've got all the stakes in all the way down there at the other end, and I ran this rope. Now normally I probably would have just used some masonry string, which is very small, very thin white string. It's very cheap as well, but I went ahead and bought this longer piece of string so that it would show up on camera well. Let me just spit out the words I'm trying to say. But here, I'm going to set you guys right on the stake. You should be able to see down there. Hopefully the sun's not too much in your eyes, but you can see it when I pull it straight now. And of course I'm going to keep my string to the inside, and what I've done is I can pull it until it's as tight as I want it, and I'll lay it down some on the ground, and then I'll show you back here. I've just got a simple clamp. I've tied a slip knot at the other end just so it's very tight on the other one, and I can undo it and switch it to the next one, and this end just a clamp because, well, why not? But now you can see I've got a nice perfect straight line, which I need to shake a little because it seems like there's a mound there that it might be stuck on. There we go. It needs to sit on top of that mound. That's great, so I'll rake that out of there, no problem. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to work now. Get to work dropping my camera. As you saw, a little tumble there. That's nice. It's early, but that's okay. I'm gonna get my massive rake here and get to work on raking these beds. So I'm gonna go one at a time, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I have enough battery to do a time lapse, so hopefully I don't die because it's hot. It's gotten hot today already. Like I said, it's November 2nd. Shouldn't be 80 degrees, but that's fine. I won't complain. It could be freezing. Anyway, let's get to work. Whew. Okay, so I had to rake down the first one there, rake it down and move the line because the fence is too close, so I have to rake in opposite direction. But that's fine. I mean, I figured I'd run into problems putting the fence up, but I don't have huge animals that are going to eat my crops because we have lots of huge animals around, deer and such. Yeah, but I'm starting to sweat, so that means I'm going to take my shirt off, and that means I can't record, or I'll get reported, I guess. So let's just get to work. And there you have it. Right there, you can see I've got the first two beds pretty much done. There's a little cleanup I need to do at the end. I'll bring the string back over and make it straight. This one, you can see the walkway is really straight. The next one over, I need to fix it up at the front a little bit. There's a large root in the ground up there. Also, it's going to get cleaned up a lot when I run the tiller through next year, because I'm going to have to till right over the top of the bed, and when I put in I got all my manure over there I'm going to put in there, so to till right over the top of the bed, and then till over this one, and of course so on and so forth. I'm going to go get some lunch now, and it's getting really hot, so we'll get some more done in the afternoon. I'm just going to call this video quits right here. Go ahead and get it edited and get it up, and you know, that's how I'm going to do my roast. Hey, you know, I might only get a couple more done today and I'll be done for the day, because this manual labor, you know, with just a rake, it's difficult. You know, I'm not using a plow. I don't want to do that. I mean, I guess I could go out and buy $1,000 tool, but I'm not to that point yet. Maybe next year, maybe the year after. But yeah, if you see this video right now and you think there's something I could do that's cheap and easier to make the beds, let me know. If there's a better way than this, leave it down in the comments. So until the next video, I'm going to say peace out, and stop killing each other. Have a great day. Bye. Yeah, the farm is nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.